Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're with us here on this Friday morning. It's some beautiful weather. Our report brought to us today by, as always, by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard and hard-working crew. It's going to be a pretty day, a pretty weekend. We're looking at a high of 74, a low of 49, water temperature of 75 degrees. Okay, take a look at our river readings. The Choctawhatchee. Before we get to Choctawhatchee, I want to, being so low, we'll go to Apalachicola first like we always do. 3.4, a little bit of drop on Apalachicola, but the Choctawhatchee has been low for a good while now. It's reading this morning a 1.7. It's been there for, 3 or 4 weeks, and it's really a situation where the fish are really concentrated, but you really need to be careful, even on the lower end with it being so low. The upper end, I've talked to people up there, there's places they can walk across, just wade across the water. So real low on the Choctawhatchee, and we've been talking about it every day. I always wonder about looking for Native American artifacts in days like today, or for a weekend, something cool to do. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Got neap tides today and neap tides tomorrow, but now always be optimistic. Look at next week's tides; they're strong. But this today and tomorrow, high this morning at 7:30 and low at 3:50. Then we'll have another high coming in right before midnight. So not a lot of movement right there. Let's do our fishing game times with it being on Friday. Brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. Our time 8:42 to 10:42 this morning, and 9:04 to 11:04 tonight. A little bit of wind coming out of the north at about 6. Pretty day to be on the water. Just got to move around and find those fish. Let's take a break and be right back. Okay, welcome back. Glad you've been with us this week. Next week, got all kind of guests coming up. I have Steve Shea coming in on Tuesday. I have C&G here. We're going to do Students of the Month and all kind of big things going on next week. But today, I'm going to try to get a good video, but I got a couple of pictures I still want to try to squeeze in and get around and hunt. We're going to talk a lot of fishing today because next week with Steve, we'll talk a lot about hunting. So let's take a look at the first one, though. This is one of some of the first bear pictures you'll be sending me. This is Ben McConaughey. Ben played basketball for us. He put this on Panama City hunting page. Ben's about 6'8". He's tall as that pole there. Here we go. They're gonna be looking for that corn. Now, that's some young bear right there. Just keep those winches going. I thought this funny. These are out now. For those of you that are new to the South, wild corn dogs grow in the wetlands around the island. Try them with mustard. I just passed some the other day. Well, I maybe put this on because they really look healthy now. They're really blooming this time of year. Don't forget tomorrow. I mentioned it. Tomorrow will be the fishing tournament down at Howard Creek. If you just want to run down there for the fish fry, remember all this money going to the Masons. Fish plates, all the fixing, $10 a plate at Howard Creek Upper Landing. So good thing to do tomorrow. Good fish too. And 2 weeks away, just want to mention this again, 15th annual Elizabeth Bardoff. We'll have Jeff coming on probably next week or the week after, and you can buy raffle tickets to that. So just keeping you posted on what's going on and all. I ran across this picture the other day. This is one of the very early, I might have been the first one, Highland Park Wild Beast Feast. They had me as a speaker. My crowd wasn't quite as big as the other ones. I really was. I was just out there in the yard. They had a big speaker coming in church, but I thought y'all would appreciate that. Okay. Oh, don't forget, Wendy is getting a lot of calls on this Medicare, and she'll be glad to help you. That's her number there. If you want to understand Medicare, which nobody understands, and she took some good courses. She's really helping. She helps young people in the class and old people like us with this kind of stuff. One quick fishing picture. We'll talk about fishing the bridges. Okay, this is Christian Owens. This is Big Drum coming off the Hathaway Bridge. Okay, and real quick, the crappie. This is this weekend. It's in Branson, Missouri. Every year I think about going to this. The Crappie Expo. That's got to be a lot of fun. I mean, they have a tournament and $300,000. And anyway, they have a big fish fry on Saturday. I'm gonna try to go to that one year, but that's a little bucket list thing. So we've got a short segment here. Let's do a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We have this video coming up. Let me give you a background to it. Carol Miller, she's one of our viewers. She and her husband are good friends with Jeff and his wife, and I've known her a while. In fact, we've had dinner over their house, Gail and I have before, and they're good folks. And she's an instructor at Gulf Coast College out there in a nursing program. And she touched base with me the other day. She sent us some good pictures in years past and all, but she's putting together, for her classes, she's putting together actually a area out there at Gulf Coast to depict an explosion and an emergency, so her students, her nursing students and first responders can actually have a hands-on experience about dealing with some kind of emergency. And what they chose this year was for a big boat explosion. So she touched base with me to see if I could get some boat parts and sort of make it realistic and depict the situation, because they had people actually being patients and all, and an explosion occurred. So that's the background to it. And she asked me if I had any boat parts. I said, I don't, but I know where to get some. BJ Marine has plenty of boat parts in his backyard, so Roger would so nice to let me get whatever I wanted back there. Coach, just pick it up. So we took that stuff out there. So anyway, I went in there day before yesterday and videoed it. It was on in local news, but they have so much schedule, and they only do like 45 seconds, but they do a good job with it. But here we got about 8 or 9 minutes of video to show you exactly what to do. As outdoorsmen, we need to know that first aid, if something happens and all. So this is good stuff, Carol. So let's roll this, Jeff. Okay, folks, I'm here at Gulf Coast Community College and working with FSU, and I'm here with Carol Miller, tell us your position, Carol.
Well, I am faculty in the RN to BSN program, but I lead a lot of our interprofessional experiences with all of the healthcare field specialties, and we're also working with public safety today. So we've got the police academy students, we've got fire science students, we've also got EMT and paramedic students, and so what we're really working for is for our students to work with people before they're actually in their professional roles, and this gives them the opportunity to get to know who else is on the team that's going to be working to help people in our community.
Okay, and also we got to sort of add this note. You are a Panhandle Outdoor viewer.
I am an avid Panhandle Outdoor viewer, and the only reason I didn't watch today was because I left before it was running this morning.
So we're going to depict like a big accident scene, so we're just going to go through everything. So
yes, we have an accident scene, and it's a boat explosion. It's a simulated boat explosion.
Okay.
So there's going to be a noise that goes off over in our student union where our caregivers are gathering, and they've been organized into teams, and so they're going to have to come out with no direction from faculty. They have to figure out how they approach their victims, how they're going to transport them, how they're going to treat them out when they're just out in the field, and trying to use the knowledge that they've already gained. We've got students who are new in their programs. We've got students who are about to finish their programs, and they're going to be learning from each other and sharing what knowledge they have and working together to figure out how to help these victims that were on the beach, and the boat exploded, and so there were parts all over. So you can see we've got parts from DJ's Marine that have gotten all over here and theoretically injured our students. So the younger students came really early to get what we call moulage, and that's all of the fake wounds to look like they've been hit by flying boat parts.
That's awesome. All right, Carol, looking forward to it. Thank you. So tell us what we have here.
Well, this is Athena, isn't it? Apollo. Sorry.
Apollo.
This is Apollo. Athena and Apollo are pretty much the same now. This is one of the remote trucks, not the command center, and this would be sent out to collect information, run our rescue vehicles, the Emily's, and any drones we might be taking out. And the same time maintaining contact with the other trucks and, say, in Bay County's case, the EOC. We have satellite communications, we have microwave communications, and soon to have Starlink.
Wow, this is impressive.
It's an impressive piece of equipment. These are our outside cameras, and that camera right there, that's our mass cam. See? Yeah, we can move.
Oh, yeah.
The pole is going to be in the way regardless.
Okay, here's this is going to be an explosion setup, and you can see some of the parts. We have some mannequins, of course, and some of the boat wreckage. Okay, here come the first responders. An explosion has gone off. And this is a class of first responders. Here they come. Florida Cavalry coming in. They're going to survey the situation. There's the accident scene. There's been a boat explosion. Okay.
There we go. Hey man, can you hear me? Hey, what's up? Can you hear me? Hello? Writing stuff down.
Red or yellow? Okay. All right. Are y'all able to grab a stretcher? Yeah. Perfect. Thank you. Red. We're gonna. You want to do red? Yeah. Red here too.
Yeah, if they're able to walk and move, then I don't know.
Yellow because she's breathing fine, her airway's fine, and she has critical still.
Yeah, we didn't stretch our hands right down the floor. Okay. I can do it yourself. Just sit on the floor. There we go.
She's pregnant. She does.
Pop it open. Compress her? Yeah, do it on the this is her. All right. Have you assessed her already? Okay. She's your patient now.
Right here, right now.
Okay, Carol, this has been really something. What stage are we in right now?
We're still in a little bit of mass chaos.
Okay.
They are getting a handle on it. They are diving in. The students are figuring out that they can just jump in and try to figure things out. They're talking to each other. They're talking to their patients, which is really what we want them to do.
There you go. One.
I can take one page.
One page. Here's her oxygen. Here's her fluids. All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Good luck.
What's your biggest challenge as a pilot?
My biggest challenge as a pilot is always just making sure everybody's communicating well.
Communication. Okay. Like right now.
This is our helicopter. Do you want me to do something? What kind of students are you guys? RN. Okay, first, fourth, first. Okay, well, welcome. Congratulations on getting into the program. So this is going to be something that you're going to use for if you're working in the hospitals. If you're at a lower level facility, going to your higher level facility, yeah, in Gainesville. Yeah, we're in
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that. I always had a deep appreciation of fellow teachers at all levels, but especially when one sort of goes out of their way to make it realistic and everything, and all the little boat parts and all. So you can see the training and that first-hand experience, nothing like it. So good job, Carol Miller. Let's do our drawing real fast. We've got to get through to our fishing report. The $20 gift certificate from Fountain, Josh Pike, and a big red snapper. All the way from Inlet Beach. Let's see, Dion Khalil, the Khalil family. They've been with us since we started the show. Okay, real quick, I'm sitting down last night gathering all the reports and all the people I've talked to. It's going to be a good weekend. I've got a cold front. Here's what's happened. This is I call this October Strong. We're all talking about what a great month October is. We've had this first cold front of the year come through. We talked about it before the front, they're going to bite, and then afterwards. We're in afterwards right now. The redfish bite has been so strong before and then right after the storm. I showed you pictures every day this week. But before I get back to the saltwater, let's go to freshwater. We're always talking about the river being so low. When the rivers are low, the creeks are low. Now, if you can sort of walk up through some of those feeder creeks, of course, take your boat there and try to just park and then walk up there. If you can find, we've done this before. I remember doing it with my dad way back. You actually, some of that water has been cut off, and then you have a pothole there, and it's just one thing you want to do is have the visibility in this clear water. The fish can see. They can see the line so easy. So you really want to downsize on your line if you're really serious about doing any kind of fishing. So they really spook them now if you got all that big old line on there and all that big old hooks and all that. So really go lightweight if you're really trying to do some what I call sort of backcountry fishing like that. So that's going to be good. The Carabel, with exception of something like the Carabel River or Tedosia Creek, like the Carabel River, it's fed by Tate's Hell, so the water's going to be dark. It's going to be dark water coming down from all the tannic acid and the roots and all that. So it won't be that important as it would be going into a Choctawhatchee feeder creek or Ocklawaha or something like that. Okay, let's get back down to Choctawhatchee Bay. I checked with them. The drum bite, they caught some nice drum, and here at the Hathaway Bridge and also at the Mid-Bay Bridge over there in Choctawhatchee. Trout bite this weekend. The trout bite on Choctawhatchee Bay should be really strong. Got a peer report that I hadn't talked much about Spanish, a fall Spanish run, but they did catch some Spanish. I want to say Tuesday morning. Early in the morning, right dawn, the Spanish came through. It's funny how they sort of come through, everybody gets excited and boom, 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 catch them right and left, and then it shuts down. And what that is that school just migrating slowly through. And if you remember doing it on our outdoor education fishing trips, a lot of times we were the same way. We'd hit them hard, and then boom, they shut down. So you just got to be there when they're coming through. The king bite has been fairly slow this fall. Haven't got a lot of king. The king run just hasn't been as strong commercially, or actually, I'm not saying they're not out there, just hasn't been that many reports of them. Okay, let's talk about the last couple minutes about the inshore bite. We talked about the areas to go real quick. If I was going to fish this weekend, I would hit West Bay. Okay, let's go in the West Bay area. you're gonna have a little bit of a north wind, so hug the north shore of West Bay. Okay, then the East Bay, again over here, Sandy Creek, the mouth of Sandy Creek. This should be really good in Callaway Bayou. You saw the tournament I did 2 weeks ago, covering everything. The north end there, Choctawhatchee Bay, I covered it earlier. It's going down to St. Joe Bay. Should be off the Blacks Island area. Those channels will be good fishing right in there. Okay, and then getting along to what we call Town Beach. Should be excellent this weekend. Going down here to Apalachicola Bay, if you can put in at Indian Pass. Also, there's going to be good surf fishing in here. Indian Pass, you get in here and get back up in here and fish around the oyster bars on the backside of St. Vincent, and also over here behind St. George Island. We always talk about it. Try to do some bridge fishing here at East Point, the East Point Bridge. I haven't got a lot of bridge reports like I normally do. But Cat Point, well known there. Okay, and then down in Carabel, the Carabel report's been good. The big thing is, like I say, if you're going to be freshwater fishing, downsize your line so the fish won't see you, don't spook them. And also, top water should be pretty good right now. If I was going to fish, I would use some Skittle Walks, and I'd also use some Paul Browns this weekend. And so just move around. Those redfish are out there. Got to wrap it up for the week. Thank y'all so much for your loyal viewership. Thanks for the feedback y'all give us to share with the other outdoorsmen. You do good stuff today for someone else, and you have a great day, great weekend, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.